Eman here. I'm sharing this more clear aspect of what numbness can look like, can show on daily life, and what's the relation of this with emotions and with sex, and how can one tell if they are experiencing numbness? So something really practical. First, I would say, why do we need to concern with numbness? What's the issue? Well, it's not really an issue, but the better you can embody your emotions, the more pleasure you can feel. And this is a way to reach full body orgasms and deeper intimacy. Now, to illustrate how that can play out, this relation between pleasure and feeling your emotions, not managing them, not controlling them, but having this body fully embodiment of your emotions, our emotions. Let's get to an example that most of us have seen. Have you ever been to a place where you see a little child and a caretaker and the child gets really scared? Let's say now during Halloween season, it's a costume and the child goes, "Ah!" And I'm fully embodying my emotion as an example here. And then the caretaker goes, "Oh, it's not that scary. Oh, it's just mommy dressing up. Oh, this wasn't anything real." And the child is now, you can see that it's still afraid, but it's trying to convince themselves to not be afraid because the caretaker said it's not that scary. Or another example is a child is laughing and someone comes and tells them, "Oh, it's not that funny," right? So those are just some examples of that incoherence that conditioned us from a very young age when we are getting informed of our emotions and our embodiment of them. And we start understanding that just to a certain level, our emotions are accepted. And that may have meant that just to a certain extent we were accepted, and we start understanding what is acceptable, what is not, how much we can feel and how much can we express what we're feeling. And that's when we begin to notice that there is some sort of a dress code of acceptability. We stop to feel our feelings and we track on the road of the opposite direction. If you think of bliss being the full embodiment of our emotions, that's when we find bliss on the other side, like the treasure at the end of the rainbow. The opposite direction is that suppression, repression, compression, depression is not feeling in fullness expression of sound, breath, body, facial expressions of what is going on inside. And that's when we start to numb our feelings and emotions, and we convince ourselves that this is emotional maturity. And since emotions are energy in motion, we create these energetic blocks and suppressed energy, and it has consequences. And if you are curious to know if you have been numbing, if you are not aware here, you want to see some everyday signs that show you. I have got some from Danielle Laporte. I think she brought this so nicely, and I brought in a list that she shares in one of her books. And the first thing that she brings is that despondency. Someone goes and says something really nice, like, "Oh my God, I can't believe it. I just won the lottery." And it's like, nice. Or something you're really looking forward to happen to you, like, I don't know, unboxing day, a day of getting that great reward, and then you get it and it just feels like, eh, it's not as great as I thought it would be. Or you have the chronic habit of keeping you constricted. It's like, what would people think? Can I just do all this? And like, can you celebrate something? I just got my dream coming true. And you just don't find that childlike freedom of being like, "But yes, I just got that promotion." Yes, you know what I mean? So that habit of constriction, depression, really being like either it being diagnosed or just literally that depressing sensations, anger suppression all through. It's like, "Oh, I wish I could punch him," but rather I'm just gonna curse him in my mind and be like, or you notice that you have a lot of inflammation in your body, which is your skin not finding the boundaries and clear boundaries, safe boundaries, and being irritated in anger, trying to protect you. Or you have that, this is what I see in so many of my clients, is that information intake overload. They don't experience, and it happens to me too. This is a classic kind of numbness on modern days. You feel that you're thinking your process rather than experiencing it, and you just keep on intaking information. You constantly on your chat GPT asking for information, and you're reading, and everything you need to mentalize and understand in a cognitive level, but there's not so much space for the experiencing of it. It's always left for later, or it's not even considered important. Numbness plays that way, or that sense of grayness, or you just can't wait to find the remote control and just forget it because it just was one of those days. But this is not a moment, it's usual. You're just looking for that. You have 3 minutes available, and the next thing you do, you pick up your phone or you try to take information and get busy rather than feeling, experiencing, slowing down the moment. That's an example of numbness. Self-isolation, you just really don't accept any of the invitations, or you don't even get them because you don't give any cues socially that you would like to be invited, and you constantly isolate yourself. Lack of colors on your life, on your thoughts. I can literally look at the background and everything is monocolor, gray tones. There is nothing much lively in life. Fogginess, someone's telling you something really important, you really want to pay attention. It shows up in some of my clients that we are going through a process that they really want, and then suddenly it's fog, and it's like, what did you say? Just so confused. I don't really understand. And that's, again, your body is numbing because there was more there than what you could take. So I'm not saying that any of these signs are bad signs. I'm just trying to explain that this is how numbness show up, because I have a lot of videos that address numbness. And if you have been confused, if am I even numb? So this is explaining what it is. Sense of heaviness. There's always like that thing on the shoulder. There's always something so strong. So if you stop now and you take a breath and notice, do you notice anything heavy in your body? And is this something that is commonly there? Like, is that usual to feel this heaviness? A sense of tightness, like in the clothes, in the house, in the self-expression, in the room, some feeling of a brace in the world or in time, that you're always running out of time. There's something that feels very constricted. That's again another sign of numbness. Or you're generally pissed off. You're chronically pissed off for whatever reason. I mean, my kids are making noise. My kids are not making noise. My partner called me. My partner calls me too much. My boss looking at me in that way, like whatever it is, it's like you're just chronically pissed off. And that's, again, another sign of numbness. And you hide from people you love, or people who love you, and they want the best for you, but you just don't have that much of capacity to be around them. Or you don't pick up that call because you know you're going to be on that call for 2-3 hours, and you don't want to be on that call even though that call always is so much of fun. Or you know that when you hang out with those friends, it's really nice, but you just can't get yourself to get out of the bed to go there. And then the fear that if you do feel the feeling, you will be stuck there. And you feel that if you allow yourself to be in that sadness, on that anger, on that fear, you will never take an action out of it. You're just going to be stuck there forever. It's like a pit with no bottom. It's a bottomless hole. And you're like, I don't even want to come close to the cliff and look at it, because if I do, I'm going to be stuck there. I'm going to leave this for another time. I'm going to leave it for another day. And you just don't explore. It's like, I'm feeling sad. I'm going to do something to forget. I'm feeling angry. I want to ignore this. I'm feeling fear, and I would just rationalize it. There's no reason to be fearful. It's not. That's nothing. I've done that before. This is literally what numbing means. And the inability to stay alone in silence. You need to have a TV on the background. You need to be busy on your phone. You need to pick up to every notification, and you need to be with someone. You just can't stay on your own alone. And yeah, stay alone in your room, but constantly on the internet doesn't really count. Like you just can't stay in silence and stillness. It's another potentially a sign for numbness. And the frequent boredom and anxiety. You're always bored, no matter what. And people have to entertain you. And if you go on a date or you're hanging out with your grandma, they have to entertain you. Otherwise, you're on your phone or you're getting busy. And now I bring reflection to what are we numbing out to? If you recognize that any of this is you and you're numbing out, what are you numbing out to? Often, what I see in my practice and in my life, friends, is we are numbing being loved. Of course, grief, loneliness, a lot, but we're numbing joy. We're numbing happiness. It's just a human thing. If that's you, please welcome to the club. That's often what you're numbing. And if we express the emotion, we fully embody that fear, that anger, it's likely it's going to stay around 90 seconds. And then you will find yourself in one of those stages that you're actually numbing. So the ability to feel the feelings and emotions is wired the same regardless of the meaning we give to the emotions. It's nervous system language here. So when we can't sense anger, we can't sense compassion. When we can't sense fear, we also numbing the sense of safety, of support. When we can't sense sadness, we can't sense joy. And same neurotransmitters. So when we can't feel the fear and the pain, we also can't feel the clarity and the pleasure. So you become numb to it all. And that's why I keep on pressing the same point of numbness, because my dream is that everyone is free enough in their nervous system, in their lives, so alive to feel everything that comes in their lives, to live full expression of themselves, their fullest potential, to live life to its fullest, to whole. That plays out in the body since sex plays in the body and happens to the body is playing with sex. So when one is having sex with someone and this is someone who numbs their emotions, sex may feel like a bypass, like a toil that they want to end quickly because their capacity to receive pleasure is not wide enough. So even orgasms in this context may feel like or may not even happen. And if your lover is avoiding having sex with you, there is a chance that they don't feel you are present and in control of yourself when sexually aroused. And they might understand that instinctively by seeing how you deal with your emotions on other things outside of the bedroom. And it may look to them that you are using sex to escape something. And therefore, you're using their body as an escape. You escape in your own presence. And that doesn't really bring intimacy. You can have sex from here to the moon and back and still not be intimate. Just the way you would do with alcohol or substances or social media or TV, you would do with sex. It's just another, it's just another momentary feel good that you don't even have a deeper capacity. And again, no judgment in this. It's more like awareness. Because I have the tools to support you and I have given so many free videos in this platform to help you through it, I'm bringing this as really that self-awareness. So if you want to know, just witness and embrace that part of you that may be numbing. And now you find a way to change once you stop the denial. And if this is something that speaks to you, you might want to watch those other videos on numbness, or if you're ready to commit and do the work, you may want to look for someone to have this accountability, to support you, to be present in your body and to have access and a container to embody all your emotions, to embody everything is present in your life, and to have the best sex of your life that you will be thankful for on your last breath. Well, If you want, I may become your coach. Just book a discovery call and let's find out. It's my pleasure. And I have a couple of spots available at the moment. And I also have other coaches at Sex and Integrity. So we're not going to leave you. If we serve you, it may be me or someone else's, but just know you don't have to do it alone. And that's it for today. Thank you.